Hello, my name is Jack Justice. Today's date is October 17th, 2025, and this is my Lesson 3 reflection. My mentor teacher is Mrs. Bales. The grade level is 3rd grade. The text utilized for this lesson was Johnny Appleseed. The number of students in my small group was 3. The targeted skills for this lesson were fluency, prosody, comprehension, and vocabulary. First, looking at the strengths. One strength I witnessed during my lesson was my ability to activate students' prior knowledge. Before reading the text, I asked some probing questions to have the students think back on some of their lived experiences. As we read through the text and the students answered comprehension questions, we were able to make connections between the characters and their own lived experiences. This allowed students to engage with their learning in a meaningful way that can be applicable to their everyday lives. Another strength from my lesson this week was the utilization of an anchor chart. The anchor chart allowed students to see all the different components of the story. This included the setting, the characters, the main idea, the theme, as well as the key details from the text. I believe utilizing a anchor chart as a visual support helps my students because it gives them a tool to utilize when trying to comprehend the story. If they can identify the different components of the story and can fill out one of these anchor charts on their own, they should have a stronger understanding of the text and should be able to fill out these different pieces of the story where it will help them with comprehension. This boosts their engagement as well. Next, looking at a weakness that I noticed. One weakness I noticed after the completion of my lesson is there were two vocabulary words that were in our text. My initial plan of action was to give examples of synonyms and examples of the specific words as we came across them in the text. I believe this caused students to get confused and get distracted. In future instruction, I plan to combat this issue by utilizing different instructional strategies to teach vocabulary words. One change I would make is to review any vocabulary words at the start of the lesson after the hook. This will allow the students to know the definitions and how they can be used in a sentence. If students can have a strong understanding of each of the vocab words, then they will be able to better comprehend the story as we reach them while we are reading the text.